It's Landon. I wanted to make this video to give you guys a little bit of insight on how I helped an Airbnb coach make $700,000 a month by leveraging our enterprise affiliate services. Now, because of NDAs and signing non-disclosures and non-competes, I know you can't legally distribute non-competes or anything like that anymore. But because of the non-disclosure, I'm going to mention this coach's name as Samantha. Okay? Now, keep in mind, a lot of times Airbnb coaches, at least in our industry, they just would assume that they're really, really, really great business owners. And they think they're really, really great business owners, one, because they're operating an Airbnb business. I'm actually about to go over here by this pool at this country club. But Airbnb coaches think that they're very, very good business owners and business operators because they are running a successful, profitable Airbnb business. But oftentimes they get that confused with the fact that in business operations, true operations, you have to know sales, you have to know marketing, you have to know your team, you have to know management, you have to know onboarding, systems, processes, right? Delegation, you have to know all these different things, which you do learn in the Airbnb business, but it's not as in depth because more often than not, you're going to consider a true team member as a virtual assistant. And although that is a great way to look at it, that's oftentimes not the best way to hire people and have key A players on your team. So in the Airbnb business, to help you make this, to help you understand this at a more basic level, when you're selling an Airbnb as a product, you only have one product, and every customer that comes to you, which is your guest, is going to accept the product that you have because that's what they're booking. But when you're selling a business, you have a particular product, but then you have people that have different needs based off of your specific product, and what your product does provide may not work for every single person. So because you're successful in your Airbnb business, that does not mean that you're going to be successful in your coaching business. It does not mean you're going to be successful in your current business, because all your customers are different. All your customers have different problems. All your customers have different needs. All your customers are different types of people. All your customers take action different. All of them have different experiences, right? So when you compare that to your product on Airbnb, it's like you have this house, you have this property, and the property is going to be the same exact thing as it is for every single person that comes through, whether they like it or not. And if they don't like it, they can leave a review. But at the end of the day, on a basis level, all you have to do to make sure that that business is successful is to make sure there's a cleaner at the property. You have to make sure that you're messaging guests, and you have to make sure that you're configuring your prices in a way that allows for you to get bookings. But you're relying on a platform that you really can't control, but you're relying on the platform to send you business. But when you're operating your own business, you're relying on your skill set, you're relying on your knowledge, you're relying on making the money, allocating the funds, money management, delegating, all these other areas in your skill set, in your toolbox, to allow for you to have that great product to then make money from the people that you're bringing on and getting results for the people that come to you. So that's just to give you a general basis of how some of these people think and what some of these people don't really realize. So to help you understand how I helped Samantha get to $700,000 a month after, I would say, 3 months of working with us, it started off with ads. Now, to give you an understanding of why a lot of coaches run ads, is because these coaches have an expertise, and this is more so in in businesses like the hospitality business or the real estate business, not anywhere of like marketing businesses or anything like that, but a lot of these entrepreneurs that are leveraging hospitality or whatever the case may be, they don't actually understand marketing. They don't actually understand cold email. They don't understand cold calling. They don't understand inbound, outbound leads. Like, they don't really understand all those different things. They don't understand funnels. They don't understand those things. So what they have to do is they have to go and leverage another platform to bring them business, right? So they spend money on a platform by running ads to bring them business because they don't know how to do it on an organic level. Now, they may have their social media, but then they're still leveraging another platform and just posting and doing what other people are telling them to do to bring in traffic for them, which they typically don't know how to convert. So they have to go out and run ads. Usually they're hiring another agency because they don't know how to run ads, and that agency is running ads for them. So just keep in mind, the first step of all this is they are running ads, right? So paid ads is going to get you a higher reach. It's going to allow you to reach more people, and it's going to allow you to not have to think about marketing, right? So the next part that Samantha did after she started running ads was she had a funnel, and her funnel is attacking the problem. Now, when you're selling something, you don't want to sell the tools, right? You don't want to sell people, for example, if you're selling a solution for Airbnb, you don't want to sell people, okay, this is what tool you use for this is what you use for this is what you use for this. No, you look at the problem. So if my problem is I am working my 9-to-5 and I want to replace my 9-to-5 income, then my solution to my problem has to be to help me replace my 9-to-5 income. And what do I need to do to replace that income? Okay, I need to get me a property, right, that has, let's just say my 9-to-5 income is $4,000 a month. I need to find a property that produces enough profit to cover my income from my job so that I can allow for that property to replace my job. And so I have to create that through a property. So I need to know the steps that I need to take for the problem that I'm trying to solve. If it includes tools, yes, tell me those tools, but the tools is not solving my problem. The technology is not solving my problem. The knowledge at which I need to obtain to get a property and then list that property properly is what's going to solve my problem. So when you're creating your funnel, when Samantha created her funnel starts off with a headline. It's like, here's an introduction. So the introduction is like, 7-figure entrepreneur, or like how to give you an example. How to make 7 figures in your Airbnb business on a basic level. How to make 7 figures in your Airbnb business, or how to make 6 figures in your Airbnb business without sacrificing your time or money to do it, or without owning properties or sacrificing your time and money to do it, or like you're creating the unique mechanism, which is your system, whatever that system is, to achieve that result. And then without, which is your risk, like the person that is buying is looking for the risk. So you have to find a way to cut off that risk by using the word without, because they're like, okay, I don't have to do this. So if I'm coming into this funnel and I'm like, dang, like I need to spend all this money, I need to have all this money, and then I see on a headline like how to achieve my desired outcome. So how to quit your 9-to-5 job through Airbnb without using your own money or owning your own property, right? So that's attacking my problem, and the headline text is showing me how I can achieve getting out of my problem through the headline text. And then most of these coaches, or Samantha, let's just be honest, Samantha would do a webinar. And so she would run ads to a webinar link that would show that headline outcome with the risk reversal, and it would allow people to learn about Samantha, her experience, her past, things like that. It will allow for her to know who she's worked with in the past, right? Their names, what they've achieved, see some videos, see some screenshots, things like that. And then once that customer feels like that coach, Samantha in particular, is able to achieve or help them with achieving their desired outcome, which is quitting their job and replacing their income with the profits of an Airbnb business, then they're going to opt in into that funnel. And so Samantha had all these ads running, thousands of dollars a day worth of ads, thousands of dollars worth of a day worth of ads, and they would come into her, they would opt into her webinar, and they would essentially sign up to join her webinar that she had every single Sunday. And so every single Sunday, Samantha would hop on a Zoom call or a webinar and present her story, how to help them achieve 3 different things, right? How to help them achieve maybe, finding a property, setting up your credit, like all these different things that they're trying to achieve. And then at the end of that webinar, she would essentially sell them on her course or her higher ticket program. It may have been $1,500, it may have been $3,000, may have been $5,000, may have been $10,000, whatever the case may be. And every Sunday she would do that consistently over and over and over again. Now, that produces a lot of money, and that is life-changing money. But at the end of the day, how are you creating an experience for these users? How are you creating an experience for these students, right? And so the only way that you're able to take those same students and get them to the next level and next level and next level is to have certain systems and processes in your business that will give them the confidence and knowledge to take action on what they bought at first, and then excel their growth by learning from you at higher and higher levels. So where we came in is we're like, okay, cool. You're running ads, you have your funnel, you have your webinar, that's great. But how do you expand this revenue? How do you take this revenue to new heights? So the way we came in is we have a service where we help Airbnb operators find properties that are approved for Airbnb. So here's what this does. So to give you a little bit of context around this, most people, when they get into the Airbnb business, the issue is they usually quit because they can't find a property approved for Airbnb. Why? Because you have to call the property owner, convince them to allow Airbnb, but you've never operated Airbnb ever before in your life, so you don't have any experience to go off of. You don't even have a website. Like, how are you going to close and convince a property owner to allow you to use their property for Airbnb when you have no past experience? So us as a company, I run zfind.com. We're the #1 Airbnb approved property distribution platform in the world, right? And essentially what we do is we came in and we're like, okay, cool. So you have these students that are coming in, and some of them are successful, some of them aren't successful. If you sell 20 people on a webinar, maybe only 1 or 2 people are actually going to be successful. 1 or 2 people are actually going to be successful because the other people are going to get discouraged. They may be introverts. They don't want to call property owners. They're too busy. They just don't have the time to sit down and send out 100 messages or 200 messages to finally get one yes, right? That's the issues that they deal with, rejection and all these other things. So we're like, we're going to come in and we're going to offer this service to you as an affiliate so that your students can get properties. Now, what this does is it increases your success level as a coach, because now you have, out of those 20 students that bought on a Sunday, you now have 10 or 15 students that are successful, because now they didn't have to call a property owner to convince them to allow Airbnb, because they just went to this platform that already had properties on the platform approved for Airbnb. So all they have to do is just get the property, furnish it based off of your knowledge, and list it on Airbnb. It's a lot more details in between, but I'm giving you a basic overview of what that looks like. So by increasing success for your students, you then have more successful students. You're then taking those successes and creating content out of those successes and using it in your ads, using it in your webinar, right? And by doing that, you then increase your average close rate from maybe 20 per Sunday to 25 per Sunday, or 30 per Sunday, right? And so overall, that just creates more success for you. So the numbers were not like this, but let's just say Samantha sold her course for $1,000. I believe Samantha actually sold her course for $6,000 or like $5,000, right? So whatever I'm telling you, just times that by 5, right? So on a standpoint of seeing your average sold rate of 20 people per Sunday to now 40 people per Sunday, because you have an offer which allows for your students to get properties approved for Airbnb. So now they're not overwhelmed and thinking too much. They just know that as soon as they find their property approved for Airbnb, they just furnish it and get it going, right? So now you have more successful students. So now more people are actually willing to try this business out because they know that they're going to be successful at some capacity if they apply your information. See, they won't do the business because they're discouraged that they have to do all this work to try to convince a property owner to allow Airbnb, so they don't even do it at all. But now you have a higher chance of closing more people because they see the opportunity and know that if they get a property approved for Airbnb, they can be more successful. So then you double your close rate on your calls every Sunday when you're selling $5,000 packages, right? But we're going to use $1,000 for example. So if we say that you close 20 more people every Sunday, and those people paid $1,000, then that's $20,000 extra every Sunday. So let's just say all 40 of your sales were $1,000. That's $40,000, right? But Samantha's price was actually $5,000. So think about how much she's making every single Sunday, and then when you times that by 4, you're gonna get around $500,000 to $600,000. You're gonna get, let's just be more conservative, you're gonna get 400,000, right? 400,000 a month. But let's remember, she's doing this every single Sunday. So what happens in the days in between the Sundays, right? She shares a replay. She shares with her entire email list of hundreds of thousands of people that have opted into her email list that haven't even showed up on the webinar that she sold years ago, that are interested in this same exact method that will allow for them to get properties approved for Airbnb so that they can go out there and be more successful. So in the days in between, she's also sharing that replay through a video sales letter, through an email campaign, through SMS, right? She's sharing that replay of her Sunday call on the days in between, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, right? And what she's doing from there is she's actually sharing that video with them and giving them the opportunity to book a call with her team, where then a salesperson is actually selling that student on one of their packages. One of their packages might be $1,500. One of them might be $3,000. One of them might be $5,000. One of them might be $20,000, whatever the case may be. So now you're taking all these people in the week and adding that onto your monthly rate. So onto your monthly income. So let's just say she made another 50,000 or 100,000 the weeks in between, because the Sunday is one day for 2 hours or 3 hours, but the days in between are much more days for more hours that people are constantly seeing your content. So she has an opportunity to then capitalize on the people in between the weeks through all those different angles of marketing. And so when she gets those people in, when she looks up at the end of the month, she may have hit that 600 grand or 700 grand. So let's just leave that at that, right? Let's leave it at that. Now, the next part to this is where we came in. It was like, okay, now you need a great onboarding process. You need to have some type of onboarding process where now when these people come in, they're being presented with expectations. They know what's going to happen when they join your program and when they get access to properties. You need this to happen. So what does this do? When you provide some type of experience for the people that are coming in and they feel like you're not just throwing a course at them, and instead every single student can hop on a call with your account manager, or client success manager, and have a discussion, a real discussion about what they're looking to expect, what their goals are, what they are trying to achieve, like all these things as a personalized, like, hey, I'm here trying to help you. Those people are going to have a better experience, and they're not going to go anywhere else. What they're going to do is they're going to commit to you, stay loyal to you, and then what they're going to do is they're going to apply what you've told them, and then when you offer something to them in the future, they're going to buy from you again because they had a great experience with you from the start. So by doing this, you may be able to add on an additional, let's be conservative, 20 grand to 30 grand every single month off of these students that are buying your $1,000 program. And then when they find success or they need more help, they go and buy your $3,000 program, right? So you're creating more success by giving a great experience. And when you give a great experience, they're going to talk about you. They're going to tell other people about you. So now what you have when other people are talking about you is referrals. You have other people coming to you from the people that you helped because they had a great experience with you. If I have a great experience let's just say I have a great experience at an amusement park, right? Let's just say I go to the amusement park, I have a great experience, I have a great time. I'm going to go tell everybody about my experience at this amusement park. And what is that going to do? It's going to create curiosity from those people because they're going to be like, dang, Landon had a great experience at this amusement park. So it might be wise for me to go and have a great experience as well because I like to have fun as well. So you take the same thing in education. Is like, okay, I had a great experience when I went through this coaching program. Oh, I know that you're looking for some type of mentor or coaching in the Airbnb business. Well, I had a great experience with this coach. It might be wise for you to check out this coach because I had a great experience. And so that's how she created additional income on top of the webinar, on top of the weekly sales, because she provided a great experience to her students by allowing for them to then talk about her and send other people to her. So now she's making money off of the flow of ads. She's getting leads off the flow of ads, and she's getting leads off the flow of people referring her to her program. So because of NDAs, like I said in the beginning of the video, I can't really show you guys numbers and I can't tell you who these people are. But at the end of the day, by doing that, it was so easy to achieve that $700,000 a month. Now, it's so much more in depth than that. I'm not about to sit here and tell you like that's how you make $700,000 a month. But the play I gave you is how that was able to be achieved because of all those little details involved in the business, right? Samantha has an assistant. Samantha has a client success manager. Samantha used one of her students to be an account manager, right? That we trained that account manager to then teach other team members, but also onboard all the new students that were leveraging our service, right? Samantha also had salespeople, right? Samantha also had people that were helping her with her emails. Samantha also had people that are helping with her funnels, right? Samantha also had people that were looking at the market, seeing what other people were doing and making something better, or looking at what other people were doing and doing similar things, right? Samantha also had people that were managing her social media. Samantha also had people that were managing her financial department, right? These are things that allow for you as an entrepreneur to then be like, okay, cool. Well, I have all these people helping me in all these areas that I used to think about day in and day out that were just too much for me to handle, to where I couldn't think about higher level things. So now that I have these people in place, I can think better. I can think more clear. I can think more crisp, right? And by doing this, you're then creating more value for yourself because you're able to then put more value into your webinar. You're able to put more value into your replays. You're able to put more value into the insights that you have and your marketing on social media or your ads, right? You're able to do all these different things. So I just wanted to make this video for you guys to help you guys understand how that works. When I present the things that I do, I'm more a consultant for the consultants. I don't do anything direct. I don't have an Airbnb coaching program. I've operated units in the past. I own real estate in Dallas. I'm currently in Houston, but I own real estate in Dallas. I operate units for my dad on a midterm, like a midterm rental basis. So we work with like insurance companies and they'll book the properties. But I don't have a coaching program for Airbnb operators. But if you want to learn more about Airbnb operations and getting more insights on that, I can definitely refer you to a lot of people, and I can give you a lot of insight on what I've done. But for the most part, my role is to consult coaches to help them catapult their success and catapult their programs and scale their programs to then make more money, but essentially give a great experience to their students. And so I wanted to really share that with you guys to help you guys maybe take that information and go launch your own coaching program or have the insight of what it takes to grow your coaching program. So hopefully all that made sense. I wanted to use Samantha, and I have so many other case studies that I can share with you guys on different aspects. But even with Samantha, I didn't even break down the half after the students are onboarded. So I can definitely create that in another video, but my purpose of this was to help you guys understand exactly what that looks like and give you more insight. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, but I don't really even care about all that. If you really want to learn more about how you can leverage your coaching business to make more money and catapult your success, then check out the description and you can book a call with me and we can hop on a call and I can help you dive in, just do a free strategy session, things like that. But just keep in mind, I do not have a course. I do not sell courses. Courses are beneath me in a sense. I'm really big on just consulting one-on-one, giving you that help that you need so that you can skyrocket your business. So let me know. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.